Hello, welcome to day 16 of our summer challenge. And today is something you can think is so simple, but it's so profound. And that is take lots of pictures. The other day, my daughter was graduating and they wanted pictures from all her milestone going to this club because she started like age 3. I dug into my phone and I was able to find a picture for every milestone. If I didn't take lots of pictures, I wouldn't have pictures to share for them to display on the overhead as every student walked by. So take lots of pictures. And today we're back in my book, Practically Connected Parenting, 21 Ways to Create Timeless Memories in the Teenage Years by yours truly, Remi Ayodele. Yes, today I look a little different, and that's because I'm taking you back to this tradition that my parents started of taking lots of pictures. So, chapter 16, and I'm taking you to page 123. Growing up, taking family pictures in matching outfits wasn't just a tradition. It was a symbol of unity and love. In Yoruba culture, this practice is known as anko or egbejoda, where family members wear identical or coordinated outfits to express their togetherness. It was a ritual that brought immense joy, excitement, and sense of belonging. In fact, at my daughter's graduation, talking about belonging, I saw a group of family, honestly almost 20 or more of them, and we're wearing coordinated outfits, woven Nigerian fabric, so you can't miss them. And the ladies' scarf, I have my scarf here. The lady's scarf had embroidered on it, mother of the graduate. So they went all out for this togetherness. So what am I saying? Those memories are what you want to have your children remember. So going again back to my book, our family commitment to coordinated outfits extended beyond clothing. My dad would go above and beyond to make each year's photo truly unique. One memorable instance was when he bought matching gold slippers for 3 of us, each pair with a slight variation in design. And you know what happened? Just a few years ago, I found a slipper that was similar to the one my dad bought, because I have the picture we took that year. So I found the slipper. Let me actually show you. I'm wearing it right now. I found a slipper that looks similar to the one my dad bought. And I got it just to reminisce about, I'm not wearing just one slipper. Let me show you both of them right now. So, pardon me. So, I found slipper that looks similar to the ones my dad bought for us. And I just could not help but buy it because it just reminds me of that picture. And I'm wearing it today. So that's what he would do. Go all out to make sure everything was just perfect. So thank you so much, Dad. I really, really appreciate what you have done. And one year, my mom sold her gold jewelry and used the money to buy new gold pieces for me and my 3 sisters to wear with our matching traditional Christmas outfits. This is the gold jewelry my mom bought. She sold her own and she bought 4 for us. So each person had one. This is mine. And this is the matching earrings that go with it. If you can see it clearly, and the necklace, and yes, and I have the bangles also. That is the sacrifice my mom made to get us real gold stuff. And that is why you take lots of pictures, so that you can reminisce, so you can find the joy. Life is difficult many times, but when you can look back at memorable pictures and you can reminisce in the joy that you had with your family, even if it's just one moment, the fact that you belonged somewhere. Because reflecting on our family albums, I realized the immense effort my parents invested in creating these cherished moments. They meticulously selected outfits, planned the photos, and ensured every detail was carefully attended to. At the time, I viewed it as merely another family tradition, but now I comprehend the depth of the emotion behind it. Because when I look back, I see the effort they make. So going now to my own family, I did the same thing. But because I don't live in Nigeria, I don't have a lot of Nigerian clothes. But what I do is I try to, sometimes we just wore white t-shirts and blue jeans for our family picture. But there was one year I actually was visiting my parents and my dad made this outfit for me. And he made matching colors for my son and my husband, and then he chose two other different colors for my two daughters. So we have a family photo. We're all wearing this, we call it boo boo in Nigeria, but my dad made it for me and for my whole family. So this is what my dad would do. This is what my mom would do. They will go all out to make sure that they create memories for us. So when we look at, in fact, that picture we took wearing the outfit my dad made, we used it as a Christmas greeting card one year. So every time we see it's right there on the wall in our kitchen, we have a photo collage in our kitchen. So that family photo is sitting right there. And every time we see it, I can tell that story, how my dad bought it for me and how my mom bought this for me. So I remember them with fond memories. They're still alive and healthy, but I just see the sacrifice they went to ensure that we were well coordinated and we had memories. So one year actually though, I decided not to coordinate my own family's outfits. Usually Christmas I coordinate colors, Easter I coordinate colors, even 4th of July I'm like, everybody find your red, white and blue. But this Easter I'm like, I don't need to coordinate anything. I'm not planning on any pictures. This is just a normal worship service. So that day, everybody just dressed in whatever they wanted. And honestly, I'm going to share that picture when I'm done posting this one. Everybody was just in their own mood, uniquely dressed. It wasn't anything matching, but everybody was comfortable and proud of what they chose from their closet. So there's sometimes just everybody can show up in a whatever. And sometimes coordinated so you can have a variety of it. Because what matters is the memory, is the togetherness, it's the oneness. And so we arrived at church that day actually, and there was a photo booth. How would you know? So we're like, okay, let's jump in. So we took pictures. So that is why I have that memory. So you can see how pictures can make you have just memories just like that. And you will see my son, he's standing like that. You'll see it. I'll post it on my Instagram page. So there was no plan, but we still had that memory to show for it. And honestly, that picture is so beautiful, allowing everybody to choose whatever they felt like that day. And so it's not about picture perfect, just perfectly you. Not picture perfect, but perfectly you. So what are the lessons I want to leave with us today? That day that I did not coordinate anybody's outfit, the lesson it taught me, which I want to pass to you, is this. It's not about creating a perfect photo. It's about capturing the real story. In fact, this morning, my son, he's the only one at home. My husband's gone to work. My two daughters are in other commitment where they're committed to for the day. And so my son followed me for some of my business runs. And honestly, I went to pick up a banner for my book launch. And they had 15% off. So I told him I was already planning, but they had 15% off. I said, oh, son, I can take you out to lunch. And so I already planned I was going to take him out to breakfast anyway, because we had to leave home so early in the morning. And so after that, I just made a joke out of it, like, son, see, I saved some money on this purchase. I'm taking you out to breakfast, because it was still breakfast time. So we just stopped at the breakfast place. He ordered his favorites. I ordered mine, and we just sat down and talked. And guess what? I made him take pictures too. I took mother-son pictures. So you see, that already covers, actually, I'm going to cover it in some subsequent days here. Take your teenagers out on a date. For me, that was a breakfast date with him, because we started talking. And you know, this is not on my script, but I need to just share with you. We started talking. I said, what are your plans for the day? So he was telling me his agenda for the day. And I said, okay, so he always tells me, oh, mom, I can't read on the road. I'm like, son, you have to create new habits, be able to read. As we were eating, I remember the Southwest Airlines story. I said, do you know that Southwest founders himself and his friend were just sitting at a restaurant one day, and they were brainstorming, just thinking. And that's how Southwest was created, on the back of a napkin. It's in my purse upstairs. I'll post that too. I just took the napkin they gave us in this restaurant this morning, and I just drew the triangle: Houston, South Antonio, and Dallas, the founders of Southwest Airline. And I told him, they just created that company. 1967 and 1971, it started. I said, that's how easy it is to be creative, to not be so occupied with screen, but to use your mind. So I gave him another lesson. I said, there are 3 kinds of minds, because sometimes they describe me as mindset empowerment coach. So I said, well, let's go for our mind this morning. There are 3 minds, son. Small minds will always discuss people, what everybody else is doing in town. Average minds, no, the number 2 mind is the average mind. He will discuss events, what happened in the city, what happened on the news, what happened in the game. They will discuss the events. And the truth is, yes, we all talk about people, we talk about events, but I told him the 3rd mind is the great mind. Great minds discuss ideas. So I told him, when you're choosing your friends, yes, you can talk about others, what they're doing, like what they're doing, like LeBron James, if you're talking about basketball, or Steph Curry. Talk about people. Talk about events. Oh my gosh, did you see that game? The Golden State Warriors lost. You can talk about the events, even though they're always winning, but this time they lost the last game they had played. And we were talking about these events and analyzing all the players. But what's your idea? Before you finish the circle of conversation, do you have an idea that you're giving birth to in the process? So don't let your mind stay so long in the small minds, talking about people, or the average mind talking about events. Go to the next level, great minds. That is what happened with Southwest Airline, and it was created on the back of a napkin. And we Googled it right there, so he read it. So it's not like mom is making this thing up. So now I drew the triangle. I told him to read it out, and now it's ingrained in his mind. So that is what happens when you take your teenager on a date. Discuss things. Yes, we had fun, we had breakfast, he chose his favorite beverage, but now his mind is expanded. He's sitting down doing his work for the day. I told him, I'll do my Facebook Live, you do your work. So this is mentoring. This is coaching. This is transferring legacy. I know I started talking about taking pictures, but that's because when I took him my son out to breakfast, we took pictures. So that's a memory. And I took pictures of the napkin. And that's a memory that he will ever remember. That on this day, we went on a date with mom, and mom was teaching me about great minds, average minds, and small minds, and the story of Southwest. That is how you pass on legacy to your children. So what are the other life skills that you're passing on? Mindfulness. Taking pictures teaches teenagers to pause and appreciate the present moment. And even candid pictures, I know when my children used to play tennis, or I would capture them like in a pose, and I have the collection. That gives me joy that our summer was spent with them having fun. And when my son, he was entering an article into a magazine, because I had taken pictures, I was able to find him jump and dunking pictures for his basketball. So that's what pictures help you accomplish. Number 2, self-expression. Whether it's through what they wear or how they pose, pictures help teenagers express their individuality. Like the family picture I told you about, which I'm going to post. If I don't post it, remind me. I'm going to post self-expression. You will see how they just chose their clothing and just coordinated themselves. Mommy didn't call out any color that day. And so it gives them that self-expression. And my son, you're going to see his pose. He poses like a basketball. That thing always baffles me. Anyway, self-expression. That's what we're giving our teenagers opportunity when we take pictures. Number 3 is legacy building. Capturing more memories create a visual story of who your family was, how far you've come, and what you value. The collage on the back, actually the collage is on the back of the door that's open to the pantry. So I just pasted, like every year we did family photos for Christmas, or I take pictures almost every Sunday, to be honest. And my children say, Mom, that's why your phone is always full. I'm saying, well, how am I going to tell stories? Or like if my daughter wore the same shirt last Sunday, I'm like, that's the shirt you wore to church last Sunday. He said, Mom, how do you remember? Look at the pictures. So anyway, back to the collage. It's on the door that opens into the storage room, the pantry. So here says, capturing memories, create a visual of who your family was. So every year when my son, as they're growing, every year you can see the picture of their ages there. So that gives you what? That's history of your family's transition, how far you have come, and what you truly value. So that togetherness, the unity, this is one way to promote it as a family. So your challenge today is to take pictures with your family. Take one that you're dressed up, all coordinated, perhaps in your traditional outfit, and take one that is totally casual. Jeans, t-shirts, whatever they're wearing. I know the other day I took a picture. I think I posted that one. We were just playing card games, and I took the pictures. That's just it. Candid pictures. Let your teenager decide their pose, or take a selfie. And don't stress about perfection. Just focus on being present. So remember, these aren't just photos for today. They are memories for tomorrow. They are proof of love, growth, and connection. So, say cheese or not, because sometimes we take pictures and we say, let's look at it. Is everybody smiling? And we look, is either my son or my husband that is not smiling, like, Dad, you're not smiling. Josh, you're not smiling. So we have to pose again and retake the pictures. Yes, so yeah, we say cheese or not, but I make them say cheese anyway. So if you take any pictures and you like to share, tag me. I'm going to post mine that I've just mentioned, but keep taking lots of pictures, because this is it. Family pictures are not supposed to be just about perfection. Let it just be about your presence, your togetherness, and building memories. So that's a little bit about chapter 16. If you haven't gotten your copy of Practically Connected Parenting, you can find your copy on Amazon.com. Or if you live in Canada, Amazon.ca. If you live in UK, Amazon.co.uk or Amazon.your country. So I'm going to give you a teaser for tomorrow. So today was take lots of pictures. Let's see what tomorrow is. Oh my goodness. This one is moms and dads will love this one a lot. Do chores together. So until tomorrow, day 17, this is Remi Ayodele. Have a most beautiful day. And before you go, so you know, sometimes I take my scarf. Sometimes I like to tie my scarf. It's too hot and now anyway, but here, I roll the scarf up. Sometimes I just put it on, just roll it together, make a big knot like that, and put it on. Yeah, I'm not doing the best job right now, but anyway, you can just roll it up and change it up. So until next time, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a most beautiful day.